Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Our Take. We are your hosts. I'm Ocean.
I'm Taylor.
And I am Connor.
I thought you were going to do it again. I was like, oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fun one for you guys today. Today, we're going to talk to you guys about a newly released TV show. It's an original TV show produced and distributed by Apple TV Plus. This show is Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. We did a trailer reaction to the trailer, I think about a month or so ago. And if you guys remember, we were pretty excited about it. Anything to do with monsters is always fun and exciting. So we're gonna give you guys our take on it. We're gonna do this in traditional fashion as always. We'll talk about it spoiler free real fast, give you guys an idea if it's even worth your time. Then we'll throw out some scores, and then we'll dive into the spoilers and talk about the episodes. What I will say, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is an initial impressions. So right now there are 3 episodes available on Apple TV Plus for you to watch. However, we're only going to talk about the first episode, just because we want to give you guys our initial impressions, and then we'll go from there. Do you guys know how many episodes there's supposed to be in this season?
Unsure. Yeah.
Okay, we'll find that out for you guys as we go. But as of right now, there's 3 episodes, but we're only going to talk about the first one. Before we get into the spoiler-free content, though, I'm going to let Taylor run you guys through the cast list real quick. Go ahead, Taylor.
Okay, so we got Christopher Heyerdahl, who plays General Puckett. Yoko Kuro plays Emiko. Mari Yamamoto is Dr. Miura. Anders Holm plays Bill Randall. Kurt Russell, not seen yet, I don't think, that I remember.
No.
But he plays Lee Shaw. We have Jess Guerrero, plays Barnes. Anna Sawai plays Kate Randa. Kirsty Clemens plays May. Ren Watanabe plays Kentaro Randa. Wyatt Russell, aka Shitty Great Value, tried to rip off Captain America dude, plays Lee Shaw. John Goodman, who plays Bill Randa.
Yeah. So that's your cast list, ladies and gentlemen. Did you guys know that Wyatt Russell is Kurt Russell's son?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
which comes full circle later. Just so you know, it comes full circle. That whole thing comes full circle. I was like, huh?
I only say that because I didn't know that he was his son when we talked about it in the trailer reaction.
Yeah.
And me and Taylor talked about it, and then I was like, oh.
Which you can kind of see it.
No, I mean, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. Like, once Taylor was like, oh, yeah, it's his son, I was like, oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. But all right, so let's dive into spoiler-free content real quick.
He sucks, though, what you say.
Well,
not Captain
as
America.
Great value, Captain America, yes. He does suck.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler-free content real fast. Taylor, give me your thoughts real quick on Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
It's exactly what I expected from it.
Okay. Meaning, I think I know where you're going with this, because I know what you wanted out of this show, and you didn't get it. So,
I mean...
Well, not yet, at least.
It's exactly how they always go with these Monsterverse stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just more of that.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Connor?
Okay, I want to preface this with saying I'm a huge fucking kaiju, like, giant fucking fuck 'em up robots and monsters, and like I love that. I love Transformers. I love Godzilla,
Pacific Rim,
Gamera. I love all that shit, and I love the MonsterVerse movies. Except for the last one, kind of. But I like King of the Monsters. I was like blown. I didn't even care how bad the movie was. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, because of how awesome the action was. And I'm gonna agree with Taylor on this one. So far, this show is not. I don't care. I don't care about what they're doing, and I am not. That's not what I'm here to see. So I'm not gonna go into spoilers, but yeah.
There's good things, and then there's a lot of bad things.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's one half of the show that I am interested in, and there's another half of the show that I'm completely not interested in at all.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty divisive.
No, I get what you guys are saying, and I knew knew going into it that's what you guys were expecting. I'm gonna play the other side of it. I actually really enjoyed this pilot episode, or this first episode. I tried to approach it from a different perspective of like, okay, so this is a spin-off of the monster universe, so it's not gonna be about monsters, like specifically Godzilla or anything. I'm hoping that we get to see a lot of monsters in the show, but I'm actually personally really enjoying the development of the different storylines and figuring out how they all connect together and how they all work. Whether or not they'll be able to pull it off in the end is obviously yet to be seen. There are some issues that I have with like just certain characters and whatnot, but overall, I actually really enjoyed the episode, and I really did want to click on next to watch the next episode last night, but it was late already, so I had to go to bed. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but I do get where you guys are coming from, and we'll talk about it more in the spoiler-free section, or the spoiler section, because I know what you guys want out of this, and not saying that you guys are wrong. I just try to look at it from a different perspective. So I know that was all really vague and not probably very helpful to you guys if you're trying to decide whether or not to spend your time on it. I would say that, like, if you are expecting to watch a show that is going to have a ton of monster action in it, then not yet, at least, I would say.
This is not the show for you.
Not yet. I mean, we don't know yet, but
that's not what I want from the show, by the way. That's not what I want.
We'll talk about it in this spoiler section. That way you can just not have to hold anything back. But if you're looking for a lot of action, a lot of monsters, then maybe not this show. If you're looking to maybe see some behind the scenes of how stuff works in the universe, maybe. I mean,
if you want to see like a Jason Bourne ripoff, but without any of the action, this is the show. A lot of espionage going on.
Yeah, kind of. I guess, yeah. All right. We'll get some scores out there. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is just an initial impression, so we'll have to see how the rest of the season goes. But as far as initial impressions go, I'm gonna give this show. I'm gonna give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. What about you, Ted?
Probably give it like a 5.
Okay,
that's a generous score for me because I actually wanted to score it lower, but it's a 5.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 too because as of right now, it's hard for me not to include the episode that I watched, the second episode, because it's, you know what I mean. But as of just the first episode, it's gonna be a 5 because half of it is something that I'm interested in, and the other half is something that I'm completely not interested in at all. So
okay, sounds good. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are interested in watching the show, you can find it on Apple TV Plus. It does require a subscription, but
hit me up. I got.
We only charge like $20.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, it's kind. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that it's worth the subscription.
No.
Like if you don't have TV,
honestly, there's not really a whole lot on there. So like,
unless you really like documentaries.
Yeah, and I mean, the first season of Ted Lasso is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
that is good, but
if you haven't
I still
seen
don't
it
think
already,
it's like worth a subscription because you can crank that out on a trial.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they also have a Walking with Dinosaurs type documentary. That's pretty cool. I like that one.
I didn't think it was very good, but
if you
you know what I'm talking about?
No, I watched it, but I didn't think it was very good.
I thought it was cool. They looked weird, but I mean, it was more realistic. So I was like, okay,
well,
it's more scientific. They look like birds or whatever.
We don't know what realistic actually looks like, but
yeah.
Did you guys know there's never been a complete T-Rex fossil ever found? So like they're just guessing.
Oh, everything is guessing.
Yeah, I mean,
what everybody knows is dinosaurs to be. It's just complete bullshit.
Until we make a time machine and can actually go back in time to see them, we don't want.
Okay, we're getting a little off path here, but yeah, if you guys want to watch it, go ahead and check it out. I'd say if you haven't used your free trial yet, do it. Watch this. Go watch Ted Lasso while you're at it because Ted Lasso is amazing. And
And some nature documentaries.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, nature. If you're into that,
That's a planet. I'll have all the planet Earths on there. So
That's on Netflix. So.
yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna dive
Planet
into
Earth
spoilers.
is pretty lit, though.
Yeah. Planet Earth is really dope, dude.
Yeah, Planet Earth.
David Attenborough.
Dude, they did Planet Earth 3. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Amazing.
What
Amazing.
is the water one?
Ocean Earth? No, I don't know. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. That one's
That one's
it's
also
like Deep
really
Blue
good.
or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. That one's cool too.
I don't.
Unless you don't like the ocean, don't watch that one because that one's scary.
You probably will.
Ocean is a scary place, man.
It definitely is.
Yeah. If you like the ocean, totally watch that one. But if you're gonna give you nightmares, don't watch it.
All right. Moving on to spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it yet, be warned. Spoilers are coming. If you don't care, stick around. We'll talk about it.
Spoilers. Godzilla.
Godzilla. Okay.
Godzilla.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to serve as your official.
Spoiler alert.
All right. So, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor. I could be completely wrong. Because from what I remember from our trailer reaction and from like just talking in general about Godzilla movies or just the MonsterVerse in general, you're tired of it being focused on people and all you want to see is
Particularly retarded.
what you want to see is more monsters, and you just want to watch monsters do their thing, whether it's fighting or whatever.
The monsters have their own lore.
Yeah,
I'd rather explore that.
They have their own characters.
They are.
They made Godzilla a fucking human. He's got like emotions and shit. He's like, I'm a good guy.
Well, isn't that?
You know what I mean? He looks
I'm
at
like
you and he's
kind of
got
a
like
good
those human
guy.
eyes, and he's like, I
He's
understand
just-
you're
he's just
blowing up this
BDE,
nuke to
bro.
save me. I got you. Don't worry.
He's approaching the generate.
Yeah, he's approaching.
But that is what you're looking for when it comes to these kinds of this kind of content.
Yeah, I mean, we seldom get that
Right.
from movies. I knew when we did the trailer reaction,
It
where I
wasn't.
figured it wasn't going to be that.
I don't think it was marketed as that either. I think their intention was for this to be the like behind the scenes kind of thing.
Oh, that's not okay. So that's not what I got. I didn't get that they were gonna be like, like the movies where they're fighting each other. But
Yeah.
from what I thought, it was like the way that they were marketing it. I felt like it was gonna be like a monster of the week kind of thing, where it's like Monarch discovering these monsters and like, and then like connecting it into the larger universe of
Right.
like, oh, this is how we know it. You know what I mean? Like,
This is how we gained all this knowledge that we know.
which I thought was gonna be really cool. You know what I mean? I was like, they're gonna like go around the world and be like, what? Look at this fucking crazy shit, and it's like a giant worm or something. I don't know, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that would have been cool. That's not it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what I was getting from this when I watched the trailer was that this is going to be an origin story of how Monarch came to be and what Monarch is and how they fit into this world of monsters and what their purpose is.
Yeah, currently it doesn't even do that, though.
Yeah, because
That's what I find it really weird is like it's titled Monarch,
right.
but it doesn't really explain anything about Monarch. It just
Like
shows
there's
you.
half of this show that does do that.
Kind of.
That's like back in the 60s part. That's what that is.
Yeah.
The future part, but not that at all. The Monarch is already. This is like after
It's
Godzilla
like
attacked.
third
it.
party.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I was like, why don't you just do the 60s part and have them like that's fine if you want, because that's the part that I'm interested in, because at least
Right.
then we get to see how Monarch was created and all this other stuff. But the future part has nothing. Like that's just some random fucking kids being like, oh my god, my
dad
dad's
is
cheating on
cheating.
everybody.
Oh,
I
no.
was like, what the fuck is this, dude? I don't need this stupid drama.
you
Like,
don't know me.
I don't know. Sorry,
So,
it's just
no,
like
okay. So the couple characters that I have an issue with is one, the daughter, what's looking like to be the main,
main
character,
character.
Kale,
Yes.
I think.
Kate.
Is it?
yes,
Or
she
Kate?
is the main character.
She's just a little over the top for me, a little too
Bro,
much.
she's fucking extreme.
She's
and
got
I
major
get
PTSD.
it. I mean, I get it. You came face to face with Godzilla and survived somehow. So, like, I get the PTSD that you would have from that. But it's not even that. Like, when she's having her PTSD episodes, like, I'm like, okay, it's extra, but I get it. You
Yeah.
literally, like, lost all of your kids, I guess. I don't know if they're your friends or if you were like a teacher or something. I don't
They're
know.
a bunch of idiots.
But
Who
it's like your kids on a bus and then
Yeah.
they fell off the edge because
Yeah, but she
Godzilla
becomes like
destroyed the
a
Golden Gate
violent,
Bridge.
like
But then
axe murderer when she like has.
Well, I don't mind the PTSD episodes. What bothers me a little bit is just the whole divorce or the dad cheating
the whole
thing.
family.
Okay, that thing is
so
so
bad.
stupid.
Well,
so stupid.
cringe.
Why do you need this in the show?
I'm not completely opposed to it until I find out like what role it plays within the story. Like if it doesn't play any real role in the story, then yeah, it's stupid. I don't understand. It's just like you said, it's just to inject drama into the show for drama purposes. But if it ends up like having a purpose and actually mattering at some point, then I'm not necessarily opposed to it. It's just the way she interacts with them is just not how like I would expect someone to like. If you walked into your dad's apartment, so for you guys, those of you that haven't watched it, this girl is traveling to Japan because her father died and she was going through her, supposedly. Sorry, the bushcraft went missing, so he's supposedly dead. Which as soon as they said that, I was like, he's not dead. He's coming back later in the episode, whatever, or later in the season, whatever. But so he's gone. She's going through her stuff in his office, finds these keys. It's to this apartment in Japan, or this deed to this apartment in Japan. She flies to Japan to go investigate, to settle his affairs, whatever, and enters this apartment and then just walks in on this other family living their life in the apartment. And turns out that this other family is like, it's her dad's other family, essentially. He had another wife and another kid. And just the way that they interact was just a little, like, I don't know. Like, for one, like initially when she like freaked out, when the mom freaked out and then she freaked out, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then like they're all like mad at each other, and like the son was mad at her, and it's like, why are you mad at her? She didn't do anything. It's your dad. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It was just
I hate
much.
the whole thing. The whole thing.
The idea of it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's
why the
bad.
fuck? What?
This is not what the fuck are we talking? This is a fucking show about giant 1,000 foot tall monsters killing shit, and you're like, that is the whole fucking thing with like, that is like the quintessential. These things are just like going around fucking shit up, and that's the thing that we're on, really.
Yeah, but I mean, it's about this. I thought the show was supposed to be about Monarch and the people in Monarch.
But Monarch is about the monsters.
Yeah,
it was
Monarch
created
is not about
for the monsters.
people. I'm just like, it's just I don't care about.
It's like trying to make a movie
scientist relationships
in Jurassic Park, but instead of being about Jurassic Park or Engine, Dr. Wu, John Hammond, none of them. It's about this fucking clerk that works at the front desk. That's what this show is like.
Yeah, and then the clerk finds out that her dad has two families.
And sibling is just as old.
They see a dinosaur like one time, and then but that's it. But that's all. But she has PTSD from it, so she keeps having flashbacks to the one scene that they keep reusing from the 2014 movie because they can't put any new scenes of Godzilla in the show because it costs too much money. So they're just doing the 2014 scene. Come on, man, you can put a little more effort in the PTSD scenes. Okay, I get the PTSD. Okay, Godzilla's scary. I get it. Okay, I probably have a heart attack.
Pretty sure you'd shit your pants.
Yeah, I'd probably die on the spot if he looked at me like that. But I'm just saying, you could put a little more scenes in there. You could put a little more scenes. I'm just saying, you could have Godzilla be like, and like, I don't know, spit a fucking tank out. I don't know, whatever. But just, I don't know. That's not the same fucking, like, the same fucking thing.
I mean, it's the same scene, but it's different angles. So
it's the same fucking. Okay. By the 20th
still
time,
the same amount of money.
By the 20th time that she has this fucking flashback to this scene, I'm like, okay, we get it. I get that you have the fucking PTSD. Okay, like I don't need to see the same scene of Godzilla like over and over and over
again. Sounds like another shitty movie I watched recently.
It's just it's just that's just too many flashbacks. That's too many flashbacks. I'm sorry, like Godzilla's cool, but I've already seen that scene. I don't even know, like 152 times. So, guys, just do a different scene.
I don't know.
Or just stop the flashbacks. That's fine too. You could just have her like freaking out in a corner and be like, okay, she's having the PTSD.
Just kill off this family.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Just kill them off.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I'm interested to find out where this all goes. Is there too much flashback scenes? Possibly.
That was a nitpick. I know. It's just my mind. I've just started going on a fucking tangent.
I get it. I get it. I get that they're showing the same thing over and over. And they're
but
just
most
trying
importantly, the people are dumb.
Well, they're trying to flesh out this character.
That's the point.
They're trying to flesh out this character, Kate, and give her depth and substance to why she is the way she is, but it just isn't adding up to me.
Yeah.
And then in turn, it makes the flashback scenes monotonous and ineffective, and then we end up with this situation where it's just too much, right? So,
she's also just not great. She's just not.
No, well, she's not. Yeah, she's just not effective because of that and
neither is the brother. I mean,
yeah,
both
the brother's a little.
The brother's just an edgy,
he's
like
even worse.
The brother,
I hate you. I hate everything.
I don't know if it's bad acting or what it is, but he's just like has the same emotion about everything. Like when you first meet him and he's like upset that she's in her house, which is fine. I get it. Is the same emotion he has about everything. Like even when he's like, "Oh, I want to show you something." Like usually, like people when you say that, it's like, "Oh, like I'm trying to extend an olive branch here because we're obviously at a rift." And I'm extending this olive branch here. Let's like try to mend it and like try to meet in the middle. But he's just like, oh, I want to show you something. Come follow me. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, he's like what I would think of. This is probably not correct, but this is what I in my head think of as like a stereotypical anime guy, like a certain type of anime guy where it's just like. Ugh. I'm just this is the way I am. Like I just
it's not a phase.
Yeah, it's just like fuck
mom.
you. Like I just like what? Why, dude?
It's too much.
Even to his mom, he's just like yeah.
How did you guys feel about the his character's name is William Rhonda. He's the husband in the older timeline, in the like back in the 70s or whatever timeline. And he's the actor's name is Anders Holm. He's a very like
I think he's
famous
Pete Holmes' brother,
comedian. Huh?
Is he Pete Holmes' brother?
He could be. I don't know who Pete Holmes is. If I'm being honest.
Never mind. It's fine. The comedian.
Well, I know Anders Holmes is a comedian as well.
I don't know if that's true, but they look alike and they have the same last name.
But I don't really care for him being cast in the role that he's in.
Which one is he?
He's the with
Billy?
the
scientist, the other scientist.
Yeah,
is
the
he
scientist.
the one that was driving?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Wyatt Russell timeline era storyline with him and then the wife and the husband scientist that the wife ends up falling in the hole or whatever.
Yeah. So
that husband, I think it's just because in my head he's just a comedian and I can't like see him as a serious actor yet. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but like
I don't know who he is, but I just don't care for his character.
He's
He's
in a lot of Comedy Central stuff, and then he's in Workaholics.
I think he's fine as a character. Like I don't have a problem with those characters specifically, like the three characters.
Is that the half that you are interested in?
Right, because they're like actually doing like Monarch stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
really,
is like
really
okay,
bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like trespassed in this Kazakhstanian like area and then blew up a whole bunch of holes in this like abandoned area.
Which is like okay, like I get it, but that's all
I don't
like
get
Monarch just does.
I
that
don't
shit.
get it.
I
Yeah.
don't get
I'm
it.
like, what do you? What?
I mean, in
You
every
three
movie,
are
Monarch's
just-
like, oh look, there's a thing. There's a thing. Let's just hit
No,
the
no,
button,
no,
bleh,
no.
blow it up, and then the thing comes out.
This may be like the beginning of Monarch, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I already forget names, but Great Value Captain America, all right?
Is
He is the
Lee
designated
Shaw?
like
Oh yeah, he
protection
sucks at his
specialist
job.
dude of this group.
Yeah, and he's got a 1911 and a flashlight.
And on top of that, I again, this is like from his words as a character in the show. He's like, I was sent from the army for you guys for like whatever his
Protection.
purpose, right? Like, okay, so you're protecting them with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling them to do nothing. They're just letting them like stroll up on this fucking site that's
I mean, he's objecting, but
protected.
he has no sort of like enforced like authority.
Well, again, he also is
He's
just
not
walking
really
around with a
protected.
1911.
He's just walking around, yeah.
yeah,
There's
he's got a
no-
1911, and that's it. I was like,
And on
what the
top of
fuck?
that,
And
like,
why are you sending
they have-
one guy? You're sending one guy with the
on top of
monsters.
that, they're like breaking into this fucking like protected area.
Yeah,
That supposedly is, you know, like
eradicated with the
radiated or
yeah.
whatever. And it's like, okay, I know I'm not Seabird, but let me tell you, if you're going to a radiation zone, you don't just fucking walk up with a goddamn gas mask.
Yeah.
That defeats the
So-
purpose of doing anything. You might as well walk up there and die.
Okay, I
Kinda-
figured it's probably because this is the 60s and they
didn't
probably
know.
just didn't have any idea of like they probably just like I don't
Okay,
know.
I mean,
let
we
me
did
explain
drop-
something
He might
that
be okay.
happened, all right? Previously to this.
We did
had
drop 2
World
nuclear
War
bombs.
1 and 2. Both of them had chemical warfare. We definitely knew that you
Yeah.
should probably be wearing a full fucking chem suit if you're going into any kind of hazardous area.
Yeah. Well, the only way to defeat radiation is time distance shielding, right? Let it sit for a long time, get far enough away from it, or have some kind of shielding. And usually, the only thing that can like shield you from radiation is like lead. And they
Like completely, yeah.
yeah, and they did not just have.
Yeah, they had regular clothes on and a gas mask, and that was it.
The best part about it was they like drove up and she like handed out the gas mask and she's like, "Oh, we probably need these." And then they put them on and then exited the vehicle. And I was just like, "You probably should have put those on
You
a
were
long time
already
ago."
breathing the
Like,
air, you fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah, they were picking up radiation from like 1,000 miles away.
You pulled out your goddamn fucking spectrometer thing and you're like, oh yeah, it's like 5,000 fucking.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
You're dead, bro.
yeah. They were
like, I
talking
mean,
about the
5,000
radiation like it was
is-
super high, and then they were like, "It's fine."
Nah, 5,000 is pretty low. Once you get it, because it's. So I know a little bit about this, but
This is okay, but this is also not whatever the fuck you probably know. This is Godzilla like
Yeah, true.
monster bullshit. This is literally like alien level crap.
well, because I think the whole concept, right, is that these monsters absorb the radiation, right? They feed off.
Right, they themselves are radioactive. They feed on radiation. That's the whole
Right.
like thing.
And that's why that
From the
nest
core.
was in.
right
Yeah.
from the
That-
core of the Earth,
Right.
and also from nuclear power plants and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah, all the
So I'm
shit
guessing that was a
smacked
nuclear
me.
power plant that melted down, and then they.
Right, it's
These-
the same
this
thing. So
nest
basically,
of-
it's the same thing as the 2014 movie in the beginning, where Bryan Cranston, like the whole Japan incident happened,
Except
Yeah.
it was way cool.
is done way better. And it's like, okay, they find out all the radiation's not real and it's just a fucking hoax, and Bryan Cranston's going crazy,
Sure.
and it's just done way better. This is the exact same thing, but in the Philippines.
Just a different site,
And-
different
Well,
place.
like, in the
Kazakhstan,
60s.
but yeah.
Yeah,
Not Philippines.
different site. It's the exact same thing. It's in the Philippines, different site in the 60s.
It's not the Philippines. It's Kazakhstan.
No, they're in the Philippines.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
go back to the episode. They're in the Philippines.
I swear it's Kazakhstan.
No, he
No.
says Philippines. They specifically, they're like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "Well," or the lady's like, "There's this radioactive like trail that's going around the Philippines, and we don't know why." And he's like, "Well, it's not us, and it's not the Russians. So who is it?" And they're like, "I have no idea."
What are you talking about?
It's in the Philippines. It's in
No,
the
but what scene are you talking about?
I'm in the beginning where they're oh wait.
Yeah, I think you're mixing up episodes here.
Okay, sorry. Whoa, sorry. I just had a yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because they definitely were in Kazakhstan
Okay,
in the first episode.
You are correct. I was thinking of the next episode. My bad. But yeah. Okay, so anyway, the first
Oops.
episode is also the same thing. Wow, that's really
So they
crazy.
do it
Okay,
again.
so the first episode is also the same thing where it's. Yeah, they're in a fucking nuclear power plant, and it's
Disregard everything that was just said for
yeah,
the
my
last
bad.
like 20 minutes.
My bad.
Well, I don't know
Or
about
not
20 minutes.
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
It's yeah. So they're in this fucking. It's exactly the same as Tokyo, where the fucking power plant like imploded or whatever because the monster just attached to the nuclear core reactor or whatever and sucked it dry and then laid a bunch of eggs. But
So what is that? Do we know that monster? Because
No.
it looked like giant cockroaches to me, and I
it's
was
a different
very
monster.
gross.
But
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
just
like they all do
familiar.
the same thing, where they have like
They
a bunch
just
of eggs.
absorb the radiation.
Because the same thing with the Mutos Muto did the same thing.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them basically do the same thing, except for like I guess
They lay their
Godzilla.
eggs in a radiation area because that's how the eggs feed and
Right.
grow.
Except they feed on people. I don't. Okay, that's all. That's like, do they eat people or do
We
they
don't
eat the
know.
radiation? Because
I
they
don't know.
hatched and they ate the fucking lady. Right.
Well, you don't see them eat her, but it's just.
I mean, they.
It's implied,
Yeah.
but I don't know. That's also a weird question because there's a photo that we see in the modern day timeline where the grandma. Well, so we find out that the lady in the old timeline who is Keiko is Kate's grandma and Kentaro's grandma. So.
And she's standing in a
giant Godzilla footprint.
Which I know this is not a big deal, but every single time, and it's one of these fucking movies or whatever, they're like, what
Footprint.
is that? You don't know what a fucking footprint looks like?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, dude.
This lady was in San Francisco when Godzilla like burst through the fucking bridge. And there's like this huge battle, and they're looking at these files on the computer like, what is this stuff? What is this weird?
Well, I get them not knowing what
Is that
Monarch
Bigfoot?
is.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Theo, you were there. You saw the giant lizard like blowing
You know what's
through this
also
fucking
weird
bridge.
is that because of how annoying she is as a character, why didn't she flip out on the fucking taxi driver?
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
was like, San Francisco was
It
a hoax.
Yeah, she has
really,
major
bitch?
PTSD.
I was there. I almost died.
Yeah, she has major PTSD, and she's like,
Hold on.
oh my god.
Quick pause. That scene is hilarious to me.
The other thing that was funny is like, oh wait, there's more. I have a podcast. Yes, it was funny. I get
I was like,
it.
oh my god, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
But yeah, it's just like
It's
she's so
funny.
inconsistent on like when she has anger issues about her PTSD and when
Yeah.
she doesn't. But it's like, oh my god, it was just like they're just so oblivious to like you guys know by now. Everybody fucking knows they have Godzilla shelters where you go in and
Yeah.
you fucking like.
It's
That was
so
interesting.
retarded. Like, why is everybody acting so confused? And it's like, your government has already established procedures and fucking structures for this shit.
Yeah.
Why is everybody acting like they don't know what's going on?
You know that it exists and it's out there. And
At this point, as soon as something brand new spawns up, you should just be like, oh, it's another fucking monster.
Yeah.
Great.
Because at this point, Japan has already been hit, right?
No, they haven't.
No?
No, it's just this is after the 2014 movie, so this is after
Oh,
the San Francisco incident
okay.
where the whole city almost gets destroyed, and everybody knows about Godzilla and the two Mutos that we're fighting.
Okay.
But that's why I'm pretty sure it's just an example of like every country now has this like thing where it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Some of them.
Godzilla can come up out of the ocean at any fucking time, and
You gotta be prepared.
right, he can just fuck up our
Prepare to
shit.
Prepare to
defend
defend yourselves.
And I don't know. It's just like, yeah. It's just I don't like. I can enjoy I can enjoy the '60s part of this show because even though the characters are not great, at least they're doing something that has to do with actual
Well,
monsters.
It's
I mean, that's-
explorative.
Yeah, that's fine to me. Like, I may not like the
Like-
people, but at least it's connected
Yeah,
to the universe.
it's not just like a bunch of espionage. Like, no, you got me the files. Oh, someone tried to hack into our system. I don't give a shit. I don't care about your fucking hacking into the system and all this stupid dumb. I'm in. I'm in, guys. You son of a
Why
bitch.
why did she
with
run
these
it across
random
a?
people.
Okay, so that was just from a tech perspective. Like, why did you run the files against an online decryption?
Because she's an
algorithm.
idiot.
Who
bro.
cares?
That's
It
the
doesn't matter.
stupidest thing I've ever
She's
heard
she's not an elite level fucking hacker, so
Like,
she can't do
Jesus.
it herself. She doesn't have it on her
I
own
don't
onboard.
care. I don't care about the stupid hacker. Get the files, figure out where my dad is, and now there's a secret thing inside of Monarch that they're like a secret team, and there's the espionage guys, and they're going after the files too. I don't give a shit about the stupid files. Okay, you want to show me the files?
Unless you're just giving me a fucking crazy, psychotic theorist person who's hacking files just to spit it out to the world like they're real. Here's that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's not what's
fine.
happening.
I feel like that's where this is headed because I think that's what
no, it's
John.
No, not with these
It's not.
characters.
Well,
Specifically.
what I feel like happened with John Goodman's character in the beginning is that he was trying to like get this footage out, or at least like take it back, and then Monarch was trying to cover it all up or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the beginning scene
Yeah,
was
I
just
don't
like
know.
super goofy to me because it's just like you're just like thrown into this really, really badly fucking shot like chase of John Goodman. And I love John Goodman. And the monsters look cool themselves, but the entire scene was just like, what is this?
Yeah,
It's just
Strong-
nonsense.
Yeah,
It was supposed to
it
be
was a
a-
snippet out of the Kong movie where
Yeah,
they're on
Skull
Skull
Island,
Island,
right?
and
Yeah.
then he survives. But you're right; it does look weird, especially because
It definitely was
Sean
some
Goodman's
weird
face is
CG.
CGI'd on like a different body.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
Well,
it feels
They
so
had
out of
to. I mean, come on.
it
Yeah, but
feels
I was
so
like,
out
come
of
on,
place in the show. Though.
yeah, it just. But at the same time, it's like,
At least we got to see some monsters.
Yeah, no, you're right.
yeah, that's
In
true.
fact,
And those
when
two monsters are cool. It's the bamboo spider thing from
Yeah,
the movie.
like they're
Crap.
cool.
And then there's
They're
a
still cool.
rock crab. I was like, how the fuck is a bamboo spider fighting a giant rock? Like a crab made
and-
of rocks, dude.
and
The crab is made of rocks. Rock versus bamboo.
Hey guys, what is Cork?
Yeah.
About to
Beautiful.
fight this tree.
Rock wins, dude. Rock automatically
Rock, paper.
wins.
Yeah, rock. Well,
It's made of rock. You can't
Did
break
guys-
rock with a bamboo.
Did you guys notice where that took place?
In
Did that look familiar?
I don't know.
like
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah.
No.
Well, so I'm sure you guys know that a lot of the series is filmed here. Or
Yeah,
not a
obviously.
lot, but some of this
Some of
series is
literally-
filmed here.
Doesn't
But it was-
which movie did it have here?
2014
The
was set in Honolulu.
Yeah,
And then
Was there two?
I don't know.
Did they revisit? I forget.
I think Skull Island might have part of Skull Island. might
yeah,
have been-
Skull Island I think was
might
filmed
have been
here.
filmed here.
A little bit, and then I know that for I think that for Godzilla versus Kong, like when Kong is in his natural habitat is here.
yeah, I think yeah, I
Mm.
think you're right. And then the old
Yeah.
King Kong was
yeah. And I can't say that actually. Never mind.
But that particular scene was the Kaiwi coastline or Sandy's area, or
Oh,
by
nice.
by Halona Blowhole. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
nice.
Oh, yeah, in Hawaii Kai, our old stomping grounds.
Yeah,
Missed it.
but more
Missed the
towards
shooting
the-
scene.
Like that was more towards Hanama, like between Hanama and Sandy's.
yeah.
Damn, I could have been
Yeah.
there. I could have been like,
Oh, look at that spider!
oh my god!
Oh, you threw something in the water.
Yeah, they probably just CGI me out. Never mind.
Also, how come John Goodman didn't like jump into the water after like,
Yeah, he was
Go
like
after.
more scared of the water than the. I would have been like, bitch,
and then he
I'm outta
threw
here.
the like the tapes in there.
Yeah.
And then I was expecting him to like throw the tapes and then jump in after them.
And he just got
But he's just like, I'm just gonna stand here.
yeah, I was like, dude. Immediately, I would have been like,
Yep.
tapes, and then I'm jumping in.
I'm sure there's some kind of
Just
like
take the
big ass
tapes with
shark
you.
or something in there, but as of right now, I can't
Hey.
see it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, you can't see any. You don't know what's in there, and
you
there's
have a
giant
chance.
spiders.
Yeah,
with the
at
shark.
least you don't know what's in there.
Yeah, you
Right
know
now-
that there's a giant spider.
chasing
Chasing you
after
right now.
Yeah, I don't think you have any chance versus the spider or the giant crab.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was pretty stoked that we got to see monsters right off the bat, and I was like, oh sweet, Taylor's getting us monsters right off the bat. Hopefully this continues throughout the episode. It didn't really, but
We don't get anything new really. Except
I mean, we
for
get the like cockroach thingies, but I don't.
that.
I still don't
that
really know what
count.
the fuck those are.
That don't count.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
just little
gross.
baby
Just
cockroaches.
eggs. Cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
I get way more than that in the fucking a lot of the older movies.
Yeah.
I also just don't understand people's like affliction with like, oh, there's some eggs over there in an obviously extremely dangerous location.
Yeah.
Let's go get a sample. Like,
Yeah, you know,
just-
like you
just
obviously
take some
anybody,
pictures
Yeah.
and then go back and
Look,
come back with more help. like,
Here's one thing they should at least
Like normal
somebody
people
should try
would
to
know.
do, right?
It's not gonna go well.
You're the scientist person. All right, you're gonna be an idiot and you're like, I need the samples for
Yeah.
discovering this. Who cares? All the science shit. They should be followed by a motherfucker with a flamethrower
Yeah.
and a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's what
Also,
I'm
the
saying,
army
like-
should not be sending one guy to protect these people
No,
from
you
fucking
need to
monsters.
be sending fucking
Well, I
Colonel
mean-
Samuel L. Jackson and his entire fucking battalion.
There would be at least like a whole squad of like well-trained, heavily armed dudes that are like, look, we got this RPG, we got all this shit.
what I'm hoping it is that at this point in time, that Monarch isn't as well established and is still in its infancy, and so they don't garner enough like attention or warrant.
Sure, I get that, but they have said that the previous security detail, the one person on their deployment previously, died while on expedition. That should be enough to be like, maybe we shouldn't send one guy again so he doesn't fucking die.
Like, hey, we're an organization about monsters, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should probably send like
maybe we should hire
a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe we should have a helicopter on standby at all times with a machine gun. Maybe we should have a Huey with a couple of M60s on the side just in case shit goes sideways.
They also should probably train their personnel on how to properly tie anchor points and not tie them to
all the
rusty,
generic, normal.
Also, they should train them how to fucking shoot. This guy cannot hit shit.
Okay.
He literally didn't hit a fucking single ball.
He's literally dangling on a fucking rope
and one-handing it.
Most people probably won't hit a single thing.
Okay, that's true, but he's in the military. He's a lieutenant.
I know, but
still, and he's like 2 feet away from the fucking box.
I'm in the military, and I would venture to say I probably wouldn't hit any of them.
I can almost guarantee I would miss every single shot. Because I'm focused on holding myself up
by one hand.
Yeah,
like,
one arm.
He's not even clipped in or anything.
This is after he already just fucking muscled up there because he fucking flew up that rope.
But he also has combat experience.
The fucking lady was climbing the I can't climb a rope.
He also obviously has he's got the strength.
But the Captain America dude, he fucking flew up that rope.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He's got what it takes. It's not like he's
but I'm saying he might be tired at this point.
It's believable.
He's holding on there. I understand that.
It's believable to me that he missed those shots.
Yes,
because I would definitely miss those shots.
But they shouldn't have been in that position to begin with.
Yeah.
That shouldn't. Okay, he also shouldn't have had a fucking he should have had a fucking M16 or something.
At the very least, but really, probably an M60.
Yeah, it doesn't it's just something like. What the fuck?
I mean, I wouldn't want to carry an M60 into that if I was him.
Yeah, but I mean, they should be like, all right, it's the army. Let's give you at least a fire team. Come on.
Yeah.
One of those guys is going to have an
weapon.
M60.
An M1911
One
is
of
not
them's going to have a fucking grenade launcher. One of them might have a flamethrower.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they should have some flamethrowers left over from Vietnam, right?
Well, they probably have a lot of shit left over.
Yeah, dude.
We still use a lot of shit from Vietnam.
He should have had at least an M1 Grand that he could fucking whip out and just start.
Oh, that would have been dope. But
no.
I'm out.
Or an M14. Something.
Yeah, what happened to... He's supposed to have a fucking rifle with him.
I mean,
or a shotgun.
Something other than just a 1911.
I mean, the 1911 is cool, but like, you're the protection guy.
It'd be cool if he had just like a thing of knives, and he's just like really good at throwing knives.
That wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make sense, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, just this this whole franchise is just about being like the spectacle, the fun, the being cool. It doesn't have to be fucking. It can be stupid as shit. Look at the fucking King of the Monsters movie. I don't even know what the whole goddamn story is crazy, and there's a fucking kid who's like, oh, beep, 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 and the thing's like, and they're, who the fuck cares? Okay, that's just shit's stupid. But it doesn't matter because it makes everything cool because all the monsters are like, ah, they go crazy and start fighting each other. I'm just saying, and everybody's got like, there's like 15 F-22s and 20,000 F-15s splatter. Like, you just, where the fuck is the air support? You know what I mean?
Well, my guess is that they're trying to diverge from that typical aspects of their content. Is that in the other movies and stuff, that the other feature-length films that they've done, that's how all of it is this over-the-top crazy action with these giant monsters that everything is insane.
Yeah, but that's what you need. You can't go into a fucking giant monster den with a fucking pistol and one guy. That is not setting up for a good. That's not setting up for a good scene.
Those finer details, yes, I do agree with you on that. But my guess is that their overall goal with this show was to be more character driven and give a deeper look into the people behind this stuff. Whether or not it's going to work out or even be entertaining later on in the season is up for debate. But that's what my guess is what their intention was with this show. And for me personally, I'm intrigued enough to want to continue watching the stuff and find out where these storylines are going. I'm definitely skeptical about some of them and don't like certain characters, but I'm at least intrigued enough to see like how all of these different storylines that they've started come back and fold back into each other, and whether or not they can actually execute it. Because as we found out recently, a lot of times people like studios and stuff start all these storylines and then they just don't do anything with them. So we'll see if they actually do.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that the show can change my mind.
Well, so
But
you
I
have a
just
little bit different perspective because you watched the second episode. For me and Taylor, we were left on big cliffhangers. The end of episode 1 is basically just one giant cliffhanger, and it like we find out that the grandma or Keiko is supposedly dead because she falls into a massive hole with a whole bunch of dinosaur cockroaches, and then we find out that like Kate's dad is like involved in espionage, and like I don't know what the fuck happened to him. And then yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of cliffhanger stuff. So
And like I said,
we'll have to see what happens in the next few
yeah,
episodes.
I'm not expecting this to be a monster fight show. I just want, like Taylor said, to have Monarch. It's like, you know, if they're starting Monarch, this should just be about Monarch finding monsters and doing all this. Like, I'm not here to watch an espionage show about people within a secretive government organization. I have seen plenty of shows about that. There's a million. So
maybe they felt like in order to get to the point where they can just like start going around and finding monsters that they had to explain how Monarch came to be or whatever.
yeah, well, that's what they're doing. But that's what I'm saying is like, but that also makes the future part of this show, the like present day part of this show, not the like irrelevant, because that's what they're doing in the 60s part. They're doing that, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Nah,
they're actually like doing all that stuff in real time, but then they're fast forwarding to this random shit that like, you know what I mean? Like why what? I don't care. Like I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I hope that the show can change my mind, but yeah,
I did find out that we have 10 episodes. We have 10 episodes of
Total?
this show coming. Yeah, 10 episodes total. So there is some time for them to change things, or not like obviously actually change things, but there's time within the show for our opinions or expectations to be met. So
Yeah, I mean, hopefully 2 and 3 are better because I watched this. The first episode took me 2 like watches to finish it because I was just fucking bored out of my mind. I was just like, I'm done, and stopped. And I had to like finish it. So
that's so interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
I kind of I can get what you're saying, because it was a little bit, the first episode is just kind of a slog, and I'm sure Kurt Russell's gonna be cool, but that's probably like
Hopefully.
the 3 characters that are in this.
I think he's only in like a couple episodes.
Yeah,
so.
the 3 main characters that are in this like present day timeline.
All the big name people are barely in this show.
Yeah,
From their listed.
the brother and the
time.
sister and the hacker lady, I don't care about at all.
I don't understand why she has to be black, but whatever. It's like they were just trying to avoid stereotyping Asian people as being super tech savvy.
They're in Japan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get why they had to go like, oh, he's with the black chick, and why she had to be Kitaro's love interest. But whatever.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I don't.
You
Do
wouldn't
not-
fucking tell.
Yeah, please do
Trust-
not follow that any further, please.
Yeah, that I'm good.
That is not something I'm interested in at all.
That's definitely something I don't need.
I do not need another like love family drama. We've already got the dad having 2 families. I don't need a fuck another one, please.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you guys thought about Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Give us your guys' initial impressions. We'd love to hear from you guys. I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the love and support that you guys have been getting. I had a really cool conversation with one of you guys about a Warhammer episode that we did.
Yeah, so
and it was a really, really fun conversation. I'm really looking forward to more of that kind of stuff. So if you guys have any thoughts, or you guys want to ask us questions or give us suggestions, feel free to reach out in the comments down below. I really enjoy talking to you guys. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys. Lots more content coming your guys' way. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media as well as the other shows on the channel. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.